Shut up about Justin. Justin's not doing the stream, is he? Fucking Justin. Fucking brought Justin into this.
Oh no. Why did I even open my mouth? Oh gosh. Right. There's a specific reason why I'm not going to do any more Justin videos. And one of the reasons is because I don't want Scott to know anything about Justin. Don't worry about Justin, Scott. He's history. Because Scott is a bit nosy. So we can't tell him anything. He'll dig and he'll dig and he'll dig. And he wants to know everything. And he watches everything. He watches every video I put out. He watches, he's watching me. We can't tell him anything about Justin. Justin is history, Scott. Okay, so let's not even go there. Also, Scott, I've told one of my subs that you're dating NK. And he actually believed me, I think. Maybe not. So you're supposed to be dating NK, and I'll figure it out with her first. If it doesn't work out with NK, then, we can always have our little engagement party and we can get married at the Kyoto Garden in the Japanese garden in Holland Park in London. And then hopefully I'll be pregnant soon after that with twin girls. Have any of you seen, I know that Scott wants a boy. I believe Scott would want a boy. If we had a baby, he'd want a boy first, but I want a girl. But anyway, and twin girls would be wonderful. Have any of you seen this video on YouTube? It has 12 million views. And the title of the video, it's on Inside Edition. The title of the video is Twin Teens, One Black, One White. So what happens is their dad is white and their mother is brown or biracial black. Their mum is a woman of color and their dad is white, just like me and Scott. That's the because I'm a woman of color and Scott's white. So if Scott and I had twin girls, one of them could turn out white like Scott and the other one could turn out brown or black like me. And this is what happened to these twins. Their mother is a woman of color, biracial, black. Their dad is white. And one of the twin sisters turns out looking like Mel B. And the other sister looks like Tori Amos. The never was a cornflake girl, thought it was a good solution, hanging with the raisin girls. Tori Amos? She's actually got Native American blood in her. But can you imagine Mel B and Tori Amos being sisters? You wouldn't put it in your mind, but, that could happen if me and Scott had twin girls. One could turn out white like him and the other one could turn out brown like me, brown or black like me. But I think Scott really wants a boy, but I think he'd be a lovely daddy to our twin girls, don't you think? But anyway, I'm going to let see what happens with NK and then we'll talk about it. Anyway, let me get on with my podcast. Now, look, I had recorded a podcast that was going to be different to this. And I think I might still put that out as a part 2. But I've got to start with this. The mystery of Solange, Bam's friend. Bam told me a few secrets. And one of her lesser secrets was Solange. She told me about Solange. She told me that her and Solange were very close, that their families were very close. She told me, Solange is a very good friend of mine. Our families are close. And I even go and stay with Solange from time to time. They were very good friends. And there is an account that Solange has. And Bam saw us talking once and Bam said to me, and I even got the voicemail of this. So Bam said to me, you see that person that you're talking to, that's Solange. And I'm not going to, Bam told me not to tell anyone that this account is Solange's account. And I'm not going to tell anyone who this Solange account is. I'm not going to tell anyone the name of the account. Bam told me not to tell anyone. And I'm going to adhere to her promise. I'm going to adhere to the secret. Now, she also told me that some people know that that's Solange. That account is from Solange. But for the people that may not know, I'm going to keep my lips shut. I'm going to keep silent on that. I'm not going to say that this particular account is Solange. Because, and I have to say, the correspondences that I've had with Solange from this account have always been pleasant. Solange, when she comes to my channel, from this particular account, She has always been nice. She has always been friendly, and she's always been wonderful to me. Now, this is the mystery. This is another mystery. People have been asking me about Solange over the last few months, and I haven't had much to tell them. And partly because Bam told me not to tell the secret that this particular account is from Solange. But I've been hearing rumors and whispers that Solange has alts and that Solange was Mama R. Remember Mama R on Bam's live streams? I don't want to say the word rat, really. I'm going to just say Mama R. Well, the thing about that is that was supposed to be Bam's mother, wasn't she? Mama R was supposed to be Bam's mother, and Bam used to refer to Mama R as her mother, right? But I've been told that her mum passed away ages ago by some people, and I also was told that Mama R is also Solange, and I've been told that there's another well-known account that I know of that is also Solange. So I guess the mystery of Solange will continue, but I can tell you that the account that I've corresponded with her on, that I know is her, has always been nice when they came to my channel. But I've been told that Mama R, who used to participate in Bam's live streams, I've been told that that's Solange. And I've been told somebody else is Solange as well. So the mystery of Solange will continue. This is not the podcast that I had planned, but I realized that I had to do this and strip things down and hone in and niche down a little bit more in this episode, because there were some important things that I wanted to say, and I might do the part 2 of this, the one that I intended to put out another time. I also want to say, and I said this in the other podcast as well, that, you know, I do want, even though I don't feel any responsibility to Bam's family, I do want to give them time to have their moment, to have their quiet time, to have their peace. And if any of them want to reach out to me at any time, I wouldn't mind that. There are things, even though I believe that Bam was in decline in many, many ways, there are things that I'm going to miss about her. And I'm, my mood has changed a little bit as I start to talk about this, because, when she was nice, when she was engaging, when she was a nice person, when she acted as if she liked you, she could be really nice. So I'm going to miss the nice side of Bam. I really am. But anyway, Bam fancied herself as a true crime expert. And I have a voicemail, and I've listened to this voicemail several times in the last few days. And I actually mentioned it in the podcast that I was going to release. And she's telling me, and the story that she's telling is so bizarre. She cannot, I listened to it now. I don't know what I thought of when I heard it the first time, but when you listen to it over again, the more bizarre the story gets. And she wasn't right. And I knew it. That's why I didn't go back to her channel after a while. There was just something not right. She claims, and you know how she liked to brag about how she contacted many departments. She contacted this place, she contacted that place. She liked to make contacts, okay? She claims that she contacted the FBI to inform them of findings, and that she did experiments at home to prove that Shanann had nothing to do with what happened. Now, this is so bizarre to me, but what makes it even more bizarre is that she claims the FBI contacted her doctor and contacted a woman, her friend of hers called Cindy, she claims this Cindy found the shadows under the truck, to verify her story. Why in the world would the FBI from America be contacting Bam's doctor? Why in the world would the FBI from the United States be contacting a friend of Bam's? Can't you see this is just... It's cringeworthy listening to her. Bam was, no matter what she was saying, no matter how crazy her story was, she was always well-spoken and articulate. She knew how to string a sentence together. She was very articulate. She probably was a better speaker than I am. And here she's telling me that she contacted the FBI, did home experiments of the scenario of the Watts case, and that the FBI contacted her doctor and contacted Cindy, her friend, who she claimed found the shadows, to verify her story in order to vindicate Shanann. I mean, the woman was just not righted. That's the only way I can explain it. Why is the FBI, who's banned for the FBI in America to be contacting her doctor? And then she says the FBI never wrote a statement to acknowledge what we'd done. Well, of course they're never going to write a statement to acknowledge what you've done, or what Bam claims that she did, because the FBI don't care about anyone in England contacting them to verify anything. I listened to this and I just shake my head. I just shake my head. And she it's like she's lying in her bed and she's speaking so articulately. And I liked listening to her voicemails, don't get me wrong. And she shared a lot with me and she told me some secrets. Some I will never, some I will never share, particularly if they're about certain people. But she actually is telling me that she contacted the FBI, did home experiments of the scenario of the Watts case, and then the FBI contacted her doctor. I mean, what? Pure fantasy talk. She was a complete fantasist. Yeah. Yeah, the FBI is going to call Bam's doctor. Yeah, sure. I just want to end this video by saying, Scott, a lot of the times when I try to edit your videos, when I'm doing the editing, I hear music in the background and I think to myself, where does this music come from? And I realize, I might not be able to use this clip. And that's why I privated one of the videos I made about you loving me and me loving you. Because I realized there was music in it and I didn't know where that music came from. And I was like, I better unlist this video. So what is that music that you have in the background all the time? Where does it come from? Is it, can you use it? Are you allowed to use it? Anyway, the strange mystery of Solange will continue. I'll see you soon.